Hi, and welcome to my workshop. Today we're going to build a base for my Conowingo Lighthouse. A little over a year ago, I built a lighthouse kit from Conowingo Models. And I really liked how it came out, but I saw that it needed a base to sit on. Now the Conowingo kit was based on the East Channel Lighthouse in Michigan. This lighthouse was built in the mid-1800s and was decommissioned by the turn of the century, but it's still standing today. Now here's my build video from a little over a year ago, and you can go back into my videos and take a look at it. It didn't quite go together this fast, but I did like how it went together, and I was very happy with the way it came out. And now I finally got around to building a base to put it on. So let's build a base. I started by sizing my base to 8 by 10 inches. Then I cut some balsa wood 1/2-inch square stock so that I could miter the corners and build a frame for it. I then used my sander to sand the 4 corners so they'd go together without any seams. Then I went ahead and glued together 2 sets of corners and let them sit. And once they were dry, I glued the whole assembly together for my frame. Then I cut a piece of foam that would fit inside it. I put my lighthouse on the foam and drew where I wanted it to fit for when I was making the landscaping. Then I started shaping the foam so that the lighthouse would actually be sitting on a little bit of a rise. Then I started layering down Sculptamold. This would be the base for my landscaping. And I got it all the way around where the lighthouse was going to sit. Then, mixing up some hydrocal, I started casting some rocks that were going to be glued onto the base. Once they were dry and out of the mold, I started placing some of them. I used the shallower rocks as they'd look more natural. Then I started testing some of my stains to see what I liked on the rocks. I came out with this combination that I really liked. Then, after putting a couple washes of raw umber onto the Sculptamold on the base, I started positioning the rocks and gluing them in place. I put the lighthouse on the base to get kind of a natural formation, imagining that the rocks continued on to the mountain behind it. One of my favorite landscaping materials is the line of Martin Welberg products. I started putting a few of them around one of the rocks, and I knew what colors and shades and types I was going to use. I mixed up a little bit of AK Natural Terrain and used this for the dirt path that was coming from the back door. Before it dried, I sprinkled some fine dirt on it. Then I started gluing on my landscaping material. The key to this is to use a wide variety of items and place them randomly. I worked my way around the base, and every now and then I'd check with the lighthouse in place to see how they were looking. Then for the front path, I put down a little bit of glue and some fine gray stone that I have. And then I finished my landscaping all the way around the base. Then it was time to pick a stain for the border that I had made. And I ended up selecting Russet from Hunterline Stains. It complemented the color in the rocks and in the dirt quite well. At this point, I was pretty much done. I put the lighthouse back on to make sure everything looked good. I wasn't able to glue the lighthouse onto the base because I have a light and a sound unit inside it. You have to lift it up in order to activate them with a switch. But I made it so it sits on the base quite securely. This was something I had been wanting to do ever since I finished the lighthouse last year. And I'm glad I finally got around to it. I think playing with these landscaping materials is some of the most fun you can have in building a diorama. And here's a short clip of the lighthouse with the sound and the light going. I want to thank you for watching and hope you'll come back to my channel to see more videos.